Stoics hold that we have no control over anything external, whether it be other people, events, or circumstances. The only domain we truly govern is our own judgments, decisions, and actions. Therefore, our focus must remain on what lies within our control, while calmly and with equanimity accepting what does not. A central aim of Stoicism is to overcome destructive emotions like anger, fear, envy, or lust, feelings that disturb inner peace and hinder rational action. According to Stoics, such emotions stem from false or irrational beliefs about what is good or bad. By examining and correcting these beliefs, we can free ourselves from their grip. Stoicism also offers valuable guidance in one of life's most delicate areas: our relationships with others, especially with the opposite sex. Stoics teach that everyone deserves kindness, justice, and respect, regardless of gender, status, or background. Yet they also caution against the dangers and temptations arising from sexual desires and attachments, advising carefulness and restraint in dealings with women. In this video, we'll focus on a particularly relevant aspect of Stoicism for men: what a man should always conceal from a woman. At first, this may sound strange, perhaps even sexist, but it is not. It is grounded in the Stoic understanding of human nature, as well as the roles men and women play in society. It also reflects the Stoic ideal of self-mastery, which requires discretion and modesty about certain matters. So, what are the things a man must always hide from a woman? Let's begin with the first. Number 1. His weaknesses. Within Stoic philosophy, a man embodies timeless principles that shape his way of life, especially in how he faces challenges and personal weaknesses. One cornerstone of Stoicism is the belief that the true measure of one's character lies in their response to adversity. When it comes to personal weaknesses, a Stoic man rises above the natural impulse to complain or seek comfort in others' acknowledgement of his pain. Enduring everything with Stoicism, a concept embracing patience, forbearance, resignation, fortitude, and endurance, is key. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or denying pain's reality. Rather, it is about facing difficulties with calm, reasoned composure. While external circumstances remain beyond our control, the response to those circumstances is entirely within personal choice. A Stoic man does not indulge in seeking sympathy or pity, even from those closest to him, whether a lover or a wife. Instead, he draws strength from within, recognizing that true fortitude resides in self-reliance. Stoicism highly values this inner self-sufficiency, cultivating a resilience that doesn't depend on external validation or expressions of pity. While conventional wisdom may view the sharing of vulnerabilities as a strength, Stoicism sees silent endurance as an equally powerful act, not for posturing, but for developing a resilient, composed spirit. This silence isn't emotional repression, but a deliberate decision to meet hardship with unwavering strength. Importantly, a Stoic man does not let weaknesses erode confidence or self-esteem. Instead, he views them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. In the Stoic view, every challenge becomes a crucible for forging stronger character. Acknowledging weaknesses provides the raw material for transformation. For the Stoic, life is an ongoing journey of self-discovery and mastery. Each trial is not an obstacle, but a stepping stone toward virtue. Embracing this path brings profound purpose and fulfillment, even amid life's uncertainties. In a chaotic, unpredictable world, the Stoic man stands as proof of the enduring power of disciplined thought and indomitable spirit. Number 2, his mistakes. In Stoic philosophy, the way a man handles his mistakes is insightful and deeply instructive, especially within the context of his interactions with women. For Stoics, mistakes are not mere blunders. They are essential stepping stones toward wisdom and self-betterment. A Stoic man navigates mistakes with humility, diligence, and introspective learning, A key Stoic approach is not to reveal mistakes indiscriminately, especially not in ways that may be perceived as ignorance or folly. This isn't about hiding flaws out of shame, but understanding that mistakes are personal lessons. Sharing them doesn't always contribute positively to a relationship or conversation. Humility and careful diligence guide how a Stoic responds to mistakes. He recognizes that to err is human, but he does not make errors carelessly. He approaches decisions with thoughtfulness to minimize them. When mistakes inevitably occur, he doesn't shy away. Instead, he embraces them as opportunities for growth. Learning from mistakes is fundamental in Stoicism. The Stoic man analyzes errors with a clear, rational mind, free from self-punishment or excessive guilt. He seeks the root causes and the lessons they bring, using them to handle future challenges more wisely. Additionally, he practices discipline and perseverance in correcting mistakes, knowing improvement is an ongoing process that requires consistent effort. He never allows errors to define him, but treats them as catalysts for positive change. Another key Stoic principle is taking responsibility. A Stoic doesn't blame others nor wallow in self-blame. He owns his actions and their consequences, focusing on how to rectify the situation and prevent repetition. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, captured this view perfectly. It is not the things that happen to us that trouble us, but our opinions about them. This highlights the Stoic belief that it's not events or mistakes themselves, but our interpretation of them that shapes their impact. Thus, a Stoic man's approach to mistakes is one of humility, learning, and responsibility. It's not about concealment, but about cultivating resilience and wisdom. By treating mistakes as opportunities for growth, he lives with deeper understanding and a commitment to self-improvement. Number 3. His dreams. The Stoic perspective on dreams and aspirations is grounded in realism, pragmatism, and self-sufficiency. A Stoic man approaches his dreams with a balance of focus and groundedness, steering clear of vanity and illusion. This shapes how and with whom he shares his aspirations, especially with women. For Stoics, dreams are not fanciful fantasies or unattainable ideals. They are meaningful pursuits aligned with one's values and capabilities. A Stoic man is therefore cautious about revealing his dreams, not from secrecy but to avoid the traps of vanity or external validation. This restraint doesn't signal a lack of ambition. Instead, it reflects the Stoic principle of focusing only on what lies within one's control. A Stoic does not pursue goals for recognition or approval from others, even from a romantic partner. His fulfillment comes from personal growth and achieving goals true to his inner self. He knows that chasing external validation often leads to disappointment and detracts from genuine self-improvement. Thus, Stoicism directs dreams toward realistic goals and duties. A Stoic man channels his energy into achievable objectives that benefit both himself and those around him. His relationship with dreams also reflects self-reliance. He doesn't depend on others to shape or validate his aspirations. Instead, he trusts his own judgment, using inner strength to realize ambitions. This autonomy isn't rejection of support, but an affirmation of his ability to guide his own life. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, summed this up with his words: "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Stoicism teaches that happiness and fulfillment come from within, shaped by one's mindset. For the Stoic man, dreams are not idle fantasies, but reflections of a purposeful, thoughtful mind. He views them through a lens of practicality and inner validation, seeking goals that bring true fulfillment and align with his principles. In this way, the Stoic approach to dreams harmonizes realism, self-reliance, and values-driven purpose. Another example of living a life guided by virtue and self-mastery. Number 4. his feelings. In the rich philosophical landscape of Stoicism, the Stoic man's relationship with his feelings and emotions is a subtle exploration of self-awareness, mindfulness, and the intentional management of inner states. Rooted in Stoic principles, which advocate understanding rather than suppression, he navigates the complex terrain of emotions with balance, fully aware of their influence on judgments and actions. Contrary to the misconception that Stoicism demands emotional suppression, the Stoic man does not seek to stifle his feelings. Instead, he embraces them with mindfulness and clear awareness. In Stoic philosophy, emotions are not enemies to be defeated, but signals that reveal valuable insights about one's inner condition. By acknowledging and understanding these feelings, the Stoic man gains deeper self-knowledge and becomes better prepared to handle life's complexities. Importantly, the Stoic remains vigilant about how emotions might influence his judgments and decisions. Stoicism teaches that a wise person never allows emotions to hijack reason. Rather, he integrates emotional intelligence into rational thinking. Maintaining this equilibrium ensures his responses to external events are guided by deliberate thought, not fleeting impulses. While attuned to his emotions, the Stoic man uses discretion when expressing them to others. This is not about pretending indifference, but about communicating emotions in ways that are beneficial and appropriate. He understands that unrestrained displays of feelings, even with a lover or wife, do not always strengthen relationships. The Stoic man's choice to withhold certain emotions stems from his commitment to project rationality and composure. Stoicism doesn't advocate emotional detachment, but rather mastery over emotions. By choosing when and how to express his feelings, he conveys calmness and rational control rather than appearing irrational or overly sentimental in the eyes of others. In Stoic philosophy, feelings are not discarded, but refined into tools for self-awareness and wisdom. The Stoic man's approach to emotions is a testament to the harmonious integration of reason and feeling, a dynamic balance that fosters resilience, clarity, and meaningful engagement with the world. Ultimately, his handling of emotions is a delicate dance between self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and careful expression. In the grand tapestry of Stoic virtues, this approach paints the portrait of a mindful, rational, and emotionally intelligent individual, navigating the complex landscapes of the human experience. Number 5. His secrets. In Stoic philosophy, the handling of personal secrets is deeply connected to the virtues of discretion, honor, and respect for both oneself and others. This shapes how a Stoic man decides to share, or not share, his secrets, especially in interactions with women. The Stoic approach to secrets is not secrecy for secrecy's sake, but a recognition of the value of privacy and the dignity it protects. From a Stoic viewpoint, secrets reflect one's inner life and personal experiences. They are guarded not because they are shameful or malicious, but because they represent a private, sacred dimension of one's being. A Stoic man values the sanctity of his inner world. He knows not every aspect of his life must be shared, even with those closest to him. Discretion is a key Stoic virtue, guiding how he relates to others. He refrains from gossip or slander, knowing such actions betray trust and diminish his own character. His choice to keep silent is not rooted in fear of exposure, but in respect for privacy, his own and others. This discretion reflects his deep respect for personal boundaries and the confidentiality of shared truths. Honor and trustworthiness are central to a Stoic's character. A Stoic man keeps his word and maintains integrity, never betraying or deceiving others, knowing such acts would violate his moral principles and erode the trust placed in him. His commitment to honor extends equally to his own secrets and those entrusted to him by others. The Stoic man protects secrets, not to hide truth or evade responsibility, but to safeguard the dignity and privacy of human lives. Self-trust is also fundamental. A Stoic man trusts his own judgment to decide what should be revealed and what should remain private. This self-trust is not isolation or suspicion of others, but confidence in his own ability to manage his inner world wisely. Cicero, the Stoic orator, expressed this beautifully. The most sacred thing in the world is the human soul. This statement reflects the Stoic belief in the sacredness of the inner self, which includes one's thoughts, feelings, experiences, and yes, secrets. In summary, the Stoic man's approach to secrets balances discretion, honor, and respect. He values the privacy of his inner life and knows not all things must be shared. His commitment to integrity, trustworthiness, and personal boundaries reveals his respect for the sacred nature of the human soul. Through this approach, the Stoic man lives with dignity, privacy, and the virtues of a principled inner life. Number 6. His pains. In the tapestry of Stoic philosophy, a man's approach to pain reflects his resilience, fortitude, and unwavering dedication to inner tranquility. This perspective deeply shapes how he experiences and communicates his pains, particularly in relationships with women. Stoicism's view of pain is not about denial or suppression, but about transcending suffering and embracing challenges with a calm, even cheerful spirit. Openly displaying pain, especially in a romantic context, might be perceived as helplessness or misery. Yet the Stoic man does not allow himself to be consumed by pain. Instead, he adopts a composed, dignified demeanor, accepting that life's hardships are an inevitable part of the human journey. Endurance becomes the hallmark of the Stoic man's response to pain. Rather than letting suffering dictate his behavior, he meets it with patience and strength. Stoicism teaches that enduring hardships with grace is not weakness, but a testament to true inner power. The Stoic man refrains from moaning or groaning. He bears his pain with gratitude and grace, not out of a love for suffering, but from the understanding that enduring pain is transformative. Pain, like every challenge, is an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Stoicism also encourages a distinct view of seeking relief from pain. The Stoic man does not chase comfort or immediate escape. Instead, he reframes pain as a challenge, a chance to grow stronger. By doing so, he transforms pain into a meaningful and valuable experience on his path of personal development. He does not showcase pain to seek sympathy. Instead, he sees it as a personal test and a means of internal transformation. By choosing not to display his pains openly, he preserves his energy for overcoming them with resilience and maintaining a composed, cheerful presence. Seneca captured this ethos. Fire tests gold, and misfortune tests brave men. This metaphor reveals the Stoic belief that life's hardships, like fire, refine one's character and reveal true resilience. Thus, the Stoic man embraces pain with courage, endurance, and even joy. By maintaining resilience and reframing suffering as growth, he lives the Stoic ideals of inner strength and tranquility, navigating life's trials with calm dignity. Number 7. His pleasures. In Stoicism, pleasure is approached with temperance and moderation, a view especially relevant in a Stoic man's interactions and relationships with women. Stoicism emphasizes virtue and self-mastery, offering a nuanced understanding of pleasure. Pleasure itself is not condemned. It is the relationship with pleasure that demands caution. The Stoic man recognizes that letting pleasures control him would be a betrayal of self-discipline and rationality. Thus, he engages in pleasures consciously, with moderation and reason. He enjoys pleasures, but remains aware of their fleeting nature and their potential to distract from what is meaningful. Stoicism does not call for deprivation, but for balance, a thoughtful way to experience pleasure without letting it rule over one's life. The Stoic man avoids excess and indulgence. He practices restraint so that pleasures remain his servant, not his master. Craving and attachment to pleasures lead to dissatisfaction and turmoil. So he cultivates non-attachment. His desires never overpower his rational judgment or pull him away from his moral compass. Stoicism also teaches not to waste or abuse pleasures. A Stoic man values quality over quantity, engaging with pleasures mindfully, enhancing their worth rather than diminishing them through overindulgence. In his relationships, the Stoic man does not seek fulfillment of his pleasures through others. Instead, he regulates his desires internally, aligning them with Stoic virtues. This self-regulation reflects his commitment to integrity and autonomy. Epictetus expressed this wisdom. Freedom is not procured by full enjoyment of what is desired, but by controlling desire. True freedom and contentment come not from indulging desires, but from mastering them. Thus, the Stoic man finds fulfillment not in indulgence, but in disciplined enjoyment. By maintaining balance, he experiences life's joys without succumbing to excess, living in harmony with Stoic principles of temperance and rationality. Number 8. His love. In Stoicism, love is seen through a lens of independence, self-sufficiency, and rationality. A Stoic man guided by these principles approaches love without excessive attachment or dependence. For him, love is not about losing himself in another or becoming bound by unhealthy attachment. It is about loving freely and with reason. Love, in the Stoic view, should be guided by wisdom and rational understanding. This approach allows a Stoic man to maintain his independence and self-respect, even within deep relationships. He loves genuinely, but does not allow love to blind him or compromise his principles. In loving another, he practices respect, dignity, and equality. Love is a mutual exchange of care, not a means of control or possession. This creates a healthy relationship where both partners are free to grow and remain true to themselves. Moreover, the Stoic man does not demand or expect love as an entitlement. He appreciates it as a gift to be cherished. This fosters gratitude and mindfulness, enriching the quality of his connections. Importantly, he does not rely solely on words to express love. He believes love is best shown through actions, care, understanding, support. For him, love is lived out daily in how he treats his partner. Marcus Aurelius's wisdom resonates here. The best way to avenge yourself is not to become like the wrongdoer. In love, this means staying true to one's virtue, not letting emotions lead to actions contrary to one's values. Thus, the Stoic man loves deeply, yet rationally. He balances emotional depth with independence and virtue, forming meaningful relationships without losing his sense of self. These are the 8 things a man should always keep hidden from a woman, according to Stoicism. This doesn't mean a man should lie, deceive, or become cold and distant. Rather, it means he should be honest and loyal while also discreet and modest. It means he should remain warm and affectionate, but still rational and independent. It means he should be a man, not a boy. By guarding these aspects, he doesn't hide himself from her. He reveals his truest self. He reveals his courage, wisdom, integrity, strength, honor, joy, moderation, and love. He reveals his virtue, the only thing that truly matters in life. This is the Stoic way of living and the Stoic way of loving. It is not easy, but it is rewarding. It is not popular, but it is noble. It is not for everyone, but it is for us. We are the Stoics, and we are here to help you become one of us. If you want to learn more about Stoicism and how it can change your life for the better, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. We'll share more insights and practical tips on applying Stoicism to daily life, so you can achieve peace of mind and lasting happiness. Thank you for watching. And remember, the only thing you truly need to be happy is yourself.